cool psychic abilities, and then just a couple of weeks ago, Superman's immortal, and then all of a sudden Marvel comes back, Hulk is immortal too, which I always figured because how do you fucking explain the Maestro? How do you explain the Maestro if you don't if you say Hulk is immortal, you get that because we've seen the Maestro. We've seen the Maestro. The Maestro is. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's better. Let me put it like this. There you go. There yet. Okay. What else do I want to get into today, I guess? Sorry, that was the mic. I was fixing the mic. So, still getting the hang of it. Another thing I'd like to talk about on my podcast about everything is I'd like to talk about our childhood for a second. Because guess what? A piece of our childhood is closing forever. And that's Toys R Us. I'm hoping I can get a Nintendo Switch on the cheapish now that it is closing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Toys R Us. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I used to participate in no, that was Pizza Hut with Book It. Was Toys R Us part of Book It? I don't think they were. I don't think you could get a free toy if you read some books, but throwing down a little bit of dough with some cheese and some pepperoni for free. Pretty sure you can write that off at Toys R Us. But so there's a certain excitement that you get. My son's got it. There's a certain excitement that you get from, when you walk into Toys R Us and you just knew you were getting something. When you could walk into Toys R Us and you're getting a toy and I can take my time. I can look. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my birthday or I got some money for Christmas. And you know what? Can't nobody tell me nothing because I'm about to walk in here and ball out with this $60 I got from my uncle for my birthday. Like, you're going to go in there and you're going to take your time. You're going to walk through all the aisles, all the times that your parents made you walk through, like, Hex, Lowe's, JCPenney looking for stuff. You were like, I'm going to take my time. I want to look at each Lego set individually. I want to get the goddamn Lego count of each one of them, write it down, forget it, go back and look again because this is my time. This is my time to shine right now. You know what I mean? But Toys R Us, they got greedy. The same stuff that you could get at Toys R Us, you could get at Target for cheaper. I don't know when it happened, but Toys R Us prices became freaking. They're exorbitant. I guess is the best word to describe that. They are freaking exorbitant. And it's. I might have depressed myself a little bit because the things that are in your childhood, you figure they're gonna be around forever, and then they're not, and then it makes you realize how old you're actually freaking getting. Like I'll be 30 years old this year. I'll be 30 years old this year, and then you just think about it. You think about the passage of time. You think about how you're not going to be around forever and then you think about other people around you who aren't going to be around forever in relationship to your age. Oh God, Steve Urkel was on Step by Step. That is crazy. They crossed him over with everything. See that too. Steve Urkel. He's old as Steve Urkel is old now. Jaleel White is old now. Carl Winslow is old now. Little Richie, that little mullet wearing son bitch, he's old as shit now too. I did not like him. I was not a fan. Cause he was always busting out unnecessary dance moves, just like his other mullet brother, AC Slater. Just busting out unnecessary dance moves, and they were always bad, and people were like, yeah. Look at AC Slater do this thing where he kind of like gyrates twice. Twice to the left, twice to the right, and then he does like a ballet spin, and then the Roger Rabbit a little bit. That's all he did. Those were his main dance moves every freaking time. Just thinking about it makes me kind of angry because I AC Slater was like, and then I don't know, I'm flying all over the place today, but this is the podcast about everything, so you got to keep it coherent with me. It's about everything. The thing I never got about AC Slater is AC Slater at times was like superhuman strength. Like he pulled a locker door off one time, but then he got into a fist fight with Zach Morris, and Zach like punched him, like knocked his ass to the ground. Like he took him to like you're supposed to be a 9-time state wrestling champion, and then the next thing you know, he's also a fucking he can lift this, he can lift that, but then fucking Zach Morris is the guy who's punching your lights out. Fun fact about that, if you guys didn't know, Zach Morris. Let me look this up just in case. I think he took fucking he took steroids. I don't know when it was, but I'm pretty sure it was the transition. Oh shit. They are not. Hang on. I'm sorry guys. Listen. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Do it. Okay, yeah, okay, that's where I got it from. Freaking Dustin Diamond said that he did it. Because I think everybody remembers when Dustin Diamond came out with that fucking that movie and that book, that tell-all book about how he like I guess was mistreated. But to me, it seems like he was a freaking asshole. To me, if I don't know, because we all know reality shows are still big. But if anybody saw him on Weight Camp, reality lose the weight camp, reality lose, I don't know what it was called, boot camp, celebrity fitness boot camp or some shit like that. And he was like, you know what? I'd like to. He came up on that military dude. He was like, you know what? I'd like to fight you in ritualistic combat, armed combat, or whatever that shit was. I was like, man, this dude is gonna fucking rip your bottom jaw and wipe his dick with it. Like, he seems like a real knuckleheaded asshole. If I'm telling the truth, he seems like a guy I wouldn't want to hang out with. You know, but every show seems to have like a goddamn pariah who they hate. Back in the day, I don't know if anybody else has heard the rumors about Billy Cranston. I think his name is... No, that's his name on the freaking... David York, I think is his name. David York. He was bullied by the whole cast of, what's it called? Of Power Rangers. Which was crazy. Because when you're a kid, you figure just like, okay, everybody who's on these shows, they're like friends, and they love each other. They're friends and they love each other, and no wrong can be done by any of them because they're all cool. They're all cool beings. You know what I mean? And let's see. What's the final thing I'd like to get into today? I guess maybe the final thing I'm going to talk about. Okay. I don't mean to laugh at this, but United Airlines. This might have been like maybe a week or so ago. United Airlines puts this I guess these people's dog in an overhead bin for the entirety of a flight. They put I think it was a let me get my researcher on this. Pull that up. Pull it up. But so the story is United Airlines. These people they get on the airline with their dog because I'm guessing they don't want to check. They don't want to put the dog in the bin, put the dog underneath the plane. But so then they take the dog with them. I don't know. They take the dog. When did dogs start being allowed on flights? I haven't flown on an airplane since I was in maybe kindergarten, maybe before kindergarten. I went out to see my Uncle Joe. Shout out to Uncle Joe Miles up in California. We went out there to see him, but I don't remember ever just being able to take just a dog on the plane. So it says here, dog dies after United flight attendant forced it into overhead bin. What? Huh? A dog died in a plane on a United Airlines flight on Monday night after a flight attendant forced the dog into an overhead bin. Passengers from the flight, which was traveling from Houston to New York LaGuardia, uploaded desperate pleas to social media to help the owner of the dog, according to the New York Post. Like, the dog, they wrote that the dog was a French bulldog, who was traveling with a family, including a girl no older than 8, a toddler, and a mother of the 2 children. How? Since I don't understand, dogs were never allowed on planes, right? I thought since when, no matter what the size, since when were dogs actually allowed on the plane? Like, on, to sit in your lap on the plane? Because all right, Houston to LaGuardia. Here we go. Okay, Google. Here we go. It takes so long. It takes so fucking long. How long does it take to fly from Houston to LaGuardia?
Non-stop flights from Houston to New York City are about 3 hours and 30 minutes long. There are between 9 and 17 flights a day.
Okay. About 3 hours. So they stuck this dog into the bin for 3 hours, and then on top of that, nobody checked on the fucking dog? I'm pretty sure the dog had to make some sort of noise before expiring and passing on to the next doggy life, but fuck, 3 hours? He had to be clawing at that joint. Like, you didn't open the thing up, be like, yo, I'm gonna check on the dog real quick. Nobody thought about that. And then on top of that, they had to have agreed to have put that dog on into the thing, right? Not that I'm saying that, we should be blaming these people who lost their dog, but you had to have agreed to it, right? Like, if I have a dog and I'm taking him somewhere, and I'm either going to be like, no, you can't do that, or yes, you can do that. And it seems like they said, yes, you can do that. So that might come back to hurt them in the end. I hope they get justice for their pooch, but man, that's like, that's fucking insane. Because if they do get this, the payday that's going to come out of this is going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty hefty, because I don't like saying this, but some people put more stock in dog lives than they do human lives, and that's pretty not so facto if I'm being completely honest with you, because that's oh, because I have, like most people, I had a dog. When that dog died, I was pretty upset about it. But to have your dog die on the flight that you're on, like, your dog's alive when you take off, he's dead when you land. That's pretty devastating. That's some devastating shit. That's some devastating shit to go through, especially as a kid. Like, oof. Like, what do you do? Do you start giving out complimentary airline miles? I don't know. I guess you know what? I don't think I'm gonna end on that. I don't think I. That's a somber note to end on. That's a very somber note to end on. You know what? I think I know how I'll end this. I'm gonna end this with just. Sorry, I'm rearranging here. I'm gonna end this with just a quick rant. About, I guess, maybe the state of life right now. You know what? I'll end it with some positivity. I'll say something positive about the U.S. Nah, I don't want to do that. 'Cause, that's a whole Pandora's box that nobody wants to ever open up. But we should really start opening it up and talking about the state of our country and what's going on. But I'll say something just positive about life. Like, life is cool, man. Life is great. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. I feel like tides are shifting and which is always cool. Shifting in the right direction is cool. We got the youth more involved in